something you can't fix.
If you can't fix what's broken, you'll go insane.
It's Jay and Adam. It's Preview.
It's Preview's Fix It with Adam and Jay.
Hey, Peaches! Welcome to Fix It with Adam and Jay, where friends don't let friends fix it alone.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jay. And you're our listener.
Hey
and
there.
or viewer. Who knows?
Viewer listeners?
Listeners.
Listeners.
The listeners.
Listeners.
Because that's how podcasting works. Because you can't just have an audio medium anymore. You have to have a video component. And you have to have a TikTok and an Instagram. Mm-hmm. And you need to be everywhere all at once, all the time.
Well, everyone's got a YouTube, Jay, but not everybody has a podcatcher or the other places that you find good podcasts
Podcatcher
on?
was correct. Podcatcher, that has become the word. I'm not exactly sure why.
Oh, that's not a brand? That's an actual just like...
Podcatcher is like the term, I think.
Oh, it's a Kleenex now.
Right?
Podcatcher is just an app that catches a podcast.
That's what they call it on the shows that I listen to. And all of your podcatchers.
Oh.
We're just inventing terms. Part of me is like, we're not in the future. And then, like, we have terms like that. And it's like, yeah, we're definitely in the future. We're aggressively in the future. If it's your first time listening to Fix It with Adam and Jay, you may know us from our hugely successful, widely sweeping the nation popular YouTube channel Previewed. And here on Fix It, we take a pop culture moment or movie.
There we go.
Film.
Yeah.
Book.
Mostly films.
I
do have some ideas for books, though.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
Why are you giving me that tone and that face for both different ways of both mediums? Tone and face there. Tone and face.
We take some nerd properties that maybe miss the mark and we fix them. It's not necessarily... We're not that smart, but we're smart enough. You know what I mean?
Just enough to get into trouble.
Just enough to get into trouble. Behold, the business model. I know, just enough to get into trouble. Mm-hmm. That's how I answer most questions. Like, oh, do you know how to edit a Premiere? I'm like, I know enough. I know enough to have it ruin my life. How's that sound? Yep.
To ruin a weekend, and everyone else is around me. Yes.
And today we are going to be fixing I will say, much better remembered than actually rewatched. In 1995?
Mm-hmm.
Was it 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks it now that I'm thinking about it. The 1995 film, The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, Adam is well-versed in the Morphin realm.
Oh my, yes I am.
He's well versed in. He's an expert on the Morphin grid, which is a term that I have learned in the past 48 hours since we started talking about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're welcome.
Adam is going to blow me out of the water today in a pretty spectacular fashion.
I'm making a bind all 5 of the weapons together and destroy Jay in one giant, awesome rainbow shot.
Well, we all know the strategy should be you keep the Zords apart, and
yes.
you bum rush them.
Yes, you Zerg rush them.
They're powerful robots on their own.
They are powerful robots on their own. Just not quite powerful enough.
All right.
You'd think you should just power them up then, but... just maybe if we combine all of them.
So the big question on my mind is, Adam, how you doing?
Oh, Jay, I'm fine.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
good talk. It's been fun.
We are. This is a banked episode, everybody. We are taping this on May 19th, 20th. Today's the 20th.
Oh my god!
And I know that because Obi-Wan comes out on the 27th, and that is exactly in 1 week. And that is when we have. I did the math. That is, we have 39 episodes of television over across like 5 different shows. Inside of 45 days.
Yeah.
So I feel it's a little bit of just that nervous tension before the game. It's like I'm ready to get out there on the field. I'm ready to play. Like I feel like I'm good practice. Like ready to go. But like I'm still I don't know what's gonna happen once I get out there and we start playing the game.
Yeah.
So I'm okay.
We have backup. We've prepped.
Oh, we have prepped. I think I'm just ready to start. I'm ready to start playing.
We have a squad.
We have a squad.
A team. We're fine. We have Brian too.
We do have Brian.
You rang.
Boy, Yep, yeah, that instills confidence now, doesn't it?
I love it that we just now pimp out Brian for a weird response.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I am excited to have a lot of content to make.
Oh, yeah. It's been kind of slow the past couple months.
I have been struggling with executive dysfunction in a pretty spectacular fashion.
Really?
Yes. It's that everything that we've been working on has been so like out there and theoretical, and like this, for example, like this is concrete now. Like I think like even setting up today, I was like, we know what we're doing now.
Yes, now.
Like,
But it took us.
It took us a while. So this is like kind of like set in stone. But I'm excited for this. Like, welcome to the Banked episode. But I am excited that I'm excited for this to be in the rotation. Mm-hmm. Like, we just like, hey, like, we taped this on Saturday.
Yep.
Ta-da! Like, I'm thinking it'll be like, I'll get done with Jackbox. Or do we want to do it before Jackbox? It can't be before Jackbox.
Sure. Oh,
because that's where we're in my. This is I can't like.
That's where the magic happens, baby.
Having to break this down and then go live with a deadline that spooks me. But we'll record this on Saturday.
Sure.
And we'll get it out either on Monday or Tuesday whenever we figure out how that's going to work out.
Yep.
And like that will be. Yeah, man. I'm just like I'm really trying to be the best version of myself as a content creator, and I'm like not living up to my own expectations.
Well, Jay, it's only been 5 months.
I know, but it's really it's starting to weigh on me a little bit. And
really?
Yeah. I feel like if I'm being 100% honest with you, I really especially this week in particular,
mm-hmm.
I like aggressively feel like I'm letting you down.
Me?
Yes. Very much so. Herein lies the magic of Jay Schmidt.
Okay.
Part of what it is that I kind of float through the world, and it's like we kind of like, and I'm kind of like, all right, here we go. Like I'm game for whatever, and it's like I can just like spin all this stuff off the dome.
Sure, yeah.
And then it's like, but then the rubber meets the road when it's like I'm just sitting in front of my computer and I'm like, this is where magic meets science, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because you're speaking of because I watched both of these movies over the last weekend, and actually had 17 paragraphs written about each before you even watched one of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
You also like have gotten, and it's one thing that like encourages me that I'm actually like that excites me about this show
mm-hmm.
is that you're so excited about doing this show.
I love this.
Yeah, I know you do. And I'm not saying that I don't, but it's like, but you're so enthusiastic, and you're just like, this, and I'm like, I haven't watched the movie yet. I'm so sorry.
I just have a little bit more, at the moment, I have a little bit more time, and this...
And I think it's also, like, I've been somewhere every weekend. It's like...
You actually have been having social responsibilities with weddings and, keeping up with friendships. I've killed all of my friends to dedicate my life to you, Jay. The path here is littered with bodies.
Just know I care.
And broken hearts.
Just know I care. It's not that I don't care. I just have a hard time. That's kind of why I like streaming so much, because all it requires me requires me to show up,
mm-hmm.
be present in the moment, and I am great at that.
I
am very good at being like, I'm here, I'm in this room. If I'm not mentally in this room, I will let you know where I am, and it's probably somewhere weird. But yeah, so just know that I'm doing my best, but my best kind of sucks right now.
Oh, okay. I think you're doing great.
Okay. I know you do, but I don't.
Oh, but
look, it's okay.
Okay.
Like that's what we're here, we're figuring it out.
We are figuring it out.
You
know what, the thing I'm most excited about of getting this into the rotation and like locking this down and getting our podcast routine going is so that once the routine is going, we can then shift to the how in the God's name are we going to do a Dungeons and Dragons show? Because at the moment we have I felt it. We laser focused in on getting all the prerequisites done for the podcast. And you're probably watching this long after the podcast has been up and running for a long time. But at the moment, we are focused in on getting the YouTube page for this ready. Getting Brian edited, what his pipeline of work looks like, editing between the two of us, editing these podcasts and getting all the little parts needed for that. But in doing so and getting like, okay, we're gonna knock. This is something we can control and knock off the board
because we are in control of it.
Yes,
and we have Brian, who also is Brian. You think you're laser focused? Brian is. He's a Death Star laser, man.
Is he really?
He focuses in on something. Brian, you blow my mind, buddy. You really do.
Who, me?
Because you just have the ability of just like sitting down and going, beer! Like I just imagine like the little guys in the brain being like, beer!
The laser
just
like, whoa!
Whereas like I just feel like I'm a Death Star sized like shotgun, like sawed off shotgun. It's like, ha! Just stuff. The D&D is actually what's really stressing me out. This is fine, but like I can wrap my head around this.
Oh sure, we can do this.
The D&D, there's just so many moving.
There's just so many moving parts, and everyone's busy. There's lots of scheduling, and there's a lot more involved with it.
May just doesn't exist, as far as like scheduling goes. It just doesn't. It's not. It just wasn't in the cards. We got one session in, and I was like, well, no one's available until.
Yep.
It's fine.
It will be fine. I just look forward to being able to like, great, all the stuff is done. We got this squared away. We know what we're doing. Everyone's doing their job. Fantastic. We're cranking this stuff out, and I love doing it. This is fantastic. We can just focus a little bit more on the.
I did have the thought that I was like, I don't think D&D is gonna happen until the fall.
Oh no, it's not.
It's just not.
Yeah, no. Jay, we have trying to schedule 7 people to game online and have art assets and edit this. Like there is no way. And I was thinking about this morning. It's like, are we falling into a trap of, are we overscheduling ourselves?
Are we doing too much?
Are we doing too much? We just hit 100,000 subscribers. We're about to hit Midsommar Armageddon Part 1. I did the scheduling the other day. Turns out there's a month-long gap between mid-July and mid-August when Miss Marvel ends and She-Hulk begins. That not a lot's going on.
Thank God.
And then when She-Hulk starts, there's a couple of more shows that just drop in the end of August, then in September, and who knows what's going to happen in October because more stuff's coming towards the end of the year. So I was like, are we, not that we didn't overpromise, but just like, are we kind of setting ourselves up for like putting too much on our plate?
We keep coming back to, Lashy. We are getting stressed out about deadlines that we have given ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the kind of thing where I'm like, this is probably like the summer is going to be a little nuts, but we do have that we do have that lull. And I think that's I think it's come down to with everybody in D&D. I'm be like, I'm just going to shoot my shot for that time period and be like, this is when we're going to have time to do this. Figure it out. I know you're all very busy, but we are also paying you.
Yes.
This is when we're doing. This is when we are going to get this off the ground.
We just need to start momentum. That's all we need.
Because I keep trying to get it going, and then it's like, crap, there really isn't any time for this.
It's hard. It's hard. It's very hard.
It's fine. It's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be awesome, but it's also it's that cool third thing that's going to take us a while to do, but I know we can do it. We have the right people helping us do it.
I think it's going to be one of the coolest things we ever make.
It probably will be.
I really think it's going to be very cool.
It's just going to take us a little bit longer to just get all the ducks in a row and doing the thing in the timeline.
100%.
But I mean, it's not our main thing. No. Like all the other D&D shows out there that are fantastic and great and full of talented people, that's their thing. So like it's easier for them for lazy focus on, but we're just like, oh yeah, we can do reactions. Oh, we can run a stream thing with our wives that just bake and stuff, and their YouTube channel. Oh, let's start a podcast. You know what, Jay? You know how awesome we are because we only hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let's do some D&D stuff. We're gonna do all of that stuff, right? Well, we can. It's just gonna take a little while longer.
Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page because sometimes I worry that I'm like I am. Because I'm just like, how you doing? You're like, I'm fine. I'm like, how are you fine? How are you fine?
Because my burners, I have many layers of burners.
Yeah, but also we need someone to be fine.
Yes, we do need someone to be fine.
And I'm glad you're fine.
I am the island of fine, sir. Rest beneath my trees.
So you're fine.
I am fine, Jay.
Great.
For you, I'm fine.
What do you say? We fix the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
I can't wait to fix this movie.
Brian, why don't you hit us with a little of that beautiful bean fun fact footage? That's what I call it now.
Is that
the beautiful bean?
Is that
fun
what
fact
it is
footage.
now for this
It's
episode?
Beautiful bean fun fact footage.
That's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words.
It's movie facts time, because today we're trying to fix 1995's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. Directed by Brian Spicer, he spells Brian the right way, Arnie Olson wrote it, and the cast is highlighted by Paul Freeman, who played Belloc in Raiders of the Lost Ark as Ivan Ooze. This movie made $66.4 million worldwide on a budget of $15 million, and, if you care at all, this has a 37% on Rotten Tomatoes. Back to you, gentlemen.
Wow, Brian, that was amazing. The font of knowledge that you are
really
about
is.
this movie.
He really is.
My God.
It's funny. Brian is the type. Brian is the he is a nerd, but he's much more of like, when it comes to movies, he is so much into like the producers and the directors and the creation of the process. Where for me, I don't. I know a little bit, and I know enough to like I know enough to get in trouble.
Yes.
But
He is the beast to my Cyclops,
yes,
and you are Wolverine.
yeah. Yeah, that is who Brian is. Brian is absolutely beast.
Yes, he is.
And he knows all that stuff. And we were chatting about one of our old episodes that he was editing, and he was like, "Well, did you think about like, well, this director at this time and blah blah?" And I was like, "No."
One of our old episodes,
And he's always
Jay,
like,
we've done 3 at this point.
I know. But he was talking about like, well, in this time frame, blah blah blah. I was like, for me mentally, this exists this is my playground. That used to be my playground. League of Their Own. Anyways. Yeah, don't
I
mind
don't know
it.
it that well.
Don't mind me.
Okay.
This is like whatever. Go nuts. This is dream space.
Sure, yeah.
But like, I understand why people would like be like, well, that's not possible because X, Y, and Z. I'm like, I understand that. That's great. And just as the usual YouTube / podcasting, these are our opinions.
Yep.
And so we're not saying anything is wrong. If you like this movie, that's great.
I kind of do. When I
you're-
rewatched it, it's like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
This is
You're more than-
not as bad as I remember.
You are more than welcome to be incorrect, and I look forward to your comments. All right, Adam. Fix it.
Oh, we're just jumping to me to fix it?
I think we're going to jump right in.
Oh, okay.
Wait, did I miss a
I
thing?
thought we were going to talk about the movie real quick about why.
Oh, we should definitely talk about
what was
I'm
wrong.
I'm so sorry.
Gee,
I'm so sorry.
we got to get this in rotation, man. We got to figure this out. We got to put this rock solid. We got to figure out that format.
Okay, this movie is bad. It's very bad.
Oh,
It's very bad.
Okay, why is it so bad,
And
Jay?
what frustrated me the most about it is that I, in my mind,
Yes.
remembered this movie being really good.
You did?
Here's the fun fact. I think I just saw all the marketing. I'm not even sure I saw this movie as a kid.
Well, how old were you when this movie came out? You were.
This was
just
95, right? I was 10.
10.
I
Yeah.
was in that sweet spot.
You were in the sweet spot.
I'm not sure I saw this film.
I mean, it's possible you didn't.
Cause I think I saw all the marketing and I was like, and also the McDonald's toys were really cool. The Happy Meal toys for Power Rangers were
I
really
do not
good.
remember the Happy
they
Meal
were
toys.
Great. But yeah, I remember this movie fondly, and then watching back, I was like, oh no, this is really, really bad.
Oh, wow. I'm the opposite.
Really?
I remember it being really, really bad. And then going back and watching, it's like, you know what? This is not so bad.
Interesting.
Well, because let's just go through it, right? At the beginning, cool, they jump out of a plane and they paraglide at the beginning.
Here's the thing. The skydiving opening.
Skydiving, yeah.
The skydiving opening, mwah, chef's kiss. It's perfect.
Great.
It's perfect.
And the soundtrack, it's Red Hot Chili Peppers comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like,
it's
whoa,
good.
what the heck is this?
It's really good. It gets you amped, being like, Power Rangers, woo!
Yes.
I would have liked, the one thing I would change from that sequence, I'll talk about it in my fix.
Okay.
There's one thing I would change, but
Okay.
also Bulk and Skull are there. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Sure.
Bulk is wearing a little propeller hat.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you wear when you go skydiving.
They forgot to put the parachutes on. Like,
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It's great.
It's a good bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but the movie starts out fine. The action's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're actually, like, doing some there's a cool stunt when they go to that planet to get the ninja coins or whatever.
Yeah.
There's
That planet is the only name, like, you know.
I couldn't tell whatever that
Sure.
planet is with that, half mostly naked girl on it.
You're telling me they can travel through space and they know Rita's on the moon and they don't just take the fight to her? Stupid. Anyways,
they never have done that.
Yeah.
It's
Just burn her house to the ground.
start a fire on the moon, baby.
Start a fire on the moon.
Just, yeah,
You
burn her
heard
out.
it here first.
Burn
You know
her-
what? I'm
burn her
changing
out.
my whole
I
thing.
got a better pitch.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just go punch Rita in the throat and get that putty guy and shoot him out into space.
What's he gonna
Grab
do?
him, turn him into color. Just
Yeah, and then let him go.
bye.
Yeah. Just like Red Skull at the end of the first movie. Bye. Ah!
Yes.
There's some good stunts in this movie. When they're on that planet and they're fighting the Tengus, Billy jumps over one of the flying birdmen. The guy is flying through the air, and Billy jumps, or at least the perspective, it makes it look like he literally jumps over the guy.
Yeah.
With the wire work, that's actually a very good stunt.
Did you feel like Billy? I feel like he got buffer.
Buffer? Oh, yeah, Buffer. I see what you're saying.
And he was like, all of his shirts kind of just conveniently started having the shoulders, like the sleeves cut off.
Oh, did they?
And I can feel, like, they very clearly got some highlights in his hair. I think he was wearing contacts the whole time. I feel like the actor playing Billy was like, yo, we're in a movie now. This is where it all starts. We got to put our... Because everyone else just looks like they do in the show. But Billy, for some reason, he's got this special shine on him. And I'm like, this is like... He's like, this is where it begins. He's like, this is where the ball's rolling up, baby. Let's get it done. You know what I'm saying?
He barely looked good in this movie.
He looked good.
Well, here's the other thing. I don't know what Brian said. He may have covered this in his little, was it Fontanelle of fun movie facts or whatever?
The beautiful bean fun fact footage.
Yes, that
The
subliminal.
BBFFF.
Yep, the BBFFF.
The boof.
But I don't know if you're aware of this, but this movie was a non-union movie.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And they were filming this at the same time as they were filming the show.
Yeah.
And this movie is not canon,
Which is
which is insane.
Which is
It's insane.
absolutely insane to me.
But they were doing both these major projects at the same time with not the best funding because everyone was non-union or whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact that they were able to pull it off to begin with was pretty staggering.
Sure.
But like it was up until the Zord fight at the end when it all falls apart because like the graphics are just so bad. It's like I'm out of this. Nope.
That CG
suspension disbelief is gone.
That CG is so bad that it may be some of the worst CG I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah. It's really, really bad.
Like, I understand that, like, you know, they only had so much funding, but like you're gonna tell me that like the powers that be sat down and watched that movies and saw that CG and were like and did not throw more money at that?
Yeah.
Like, wow. It looked like a first draft. It looked like a storyboard. It's terrible.
It was terrible.
Ugh.
It was almost it's basically unforgivable.
But also, why does Ivanus have scorpion robots? To what? But also, I'm asking for logic in the Power Rangers universe, and so
there should be some.
yeah. But when it
should be
comes to the monsters, it's just kind of like they just literally. It's like, what can we make a monster? A bowl of spaghetti? Great, let's get them. Oh, what can we make a monster? Oh no, like it's a sentient trash can. Let's go get them. Woo woo woo.
I mean, there's like been 30 plus years of shows for Power Rangers, man. They got to come up with monsters about something.
Yeah.
But like,
Gotta come with monsters or something. Yeah, first.
But I mean, I up until the third act, I'm saying there's some really good stuff in this movie. Like they have powers. Like you see how strong they are.
Yeah,
because they are knocking those ooze monsters at the beginning like all over the place.
I will say, the special effects when they throw the ooze monsters against stuff and they go sklorp.
Yeah,
it's some good sklorp.
It's pretty good. It's good sklorp.
Like, I'm like, oh yeah, get him, woo!
But that's really like the first time we've really seen the Rangers be strong. Because in the show, they're just, it's everyone in a costume. They don't have like any wire work. And here in the movie, like we're actually seeing them like
kick
butt.
Not in the suits.
Yeah, not in the suits. Plus, having Billy and Kimberly like backflip out of danger.
Yeah,
like they were both gymnasts in real life.
Clearly.
So like to see them actually like, oh, bye. Like, and see them actually just go. Like,
Yeah.
that's really cool. They don't really do that in the show. So, like, there were tiny little nuggets of good things in this movie.
Sure.
Overall, it's not a great film. But, using the Ranger formula of, oh no, evil thing pops up, we try to fight it, we don't work, then we morph, then it kind of works, oh no, it gets big, then we gotta fight it again.
I think my biggest issue is that it doesn't decide if it wants to be Ranger formula. And that's a large amount of, like, my touchstone for how I want to fix it.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not... It kind of does.
It kind of does. And it was a decent way of expanding it to... Well, granted, this movie's only 80 minutes. Like, so they did kind of do a good job of expanding the formula that works in the show in 22 minutes to basically 80.
Yeah.
But that last fight scene is just so horrendous that it does ruin the rest of the movie.
It really does. It really does. But we got to see the Yellow Ranger have lights on her helmet.
Yeah, man.
My favorite thing about that is that she specifically, like, has, like, a call out for turning it on, and it's like, that doesn't even look like it's helping.
Lights.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, it doesn't, it's not even really illuminating the room.
Not
in any
really.
way.
No.
They just were like, we can put lights in the helmet. Like, okay.
I mean, the Ranger helmets should have a heads-up display. Like, it should be like Master Chief's thing of, like, all the stuff that's going on. They should have some type, like, Alpha should be an AI that's, in all of their stuff that could...
Okay. I'm looking this up right now.
Sure.
Because this Power Ranger Spartan armor. Does this
Oh.
exist? Because this should be...
Oh, it gotta be. We can't be the first persons to think of that.
We can't be the first
Because the armor
person
looked pretty good in the movie. It was functional. They were able to move around. Like, it was, not just spandex. It was actually, like, a little bit of padding and stuff. It looked pretty good. The coins looked bad. I hate seeing the coins in the middle of the armor. That was dumb. It's like, oh, when they got new ones at the end, like, we can't tell the difference between the beginning and the end. So, like, who cares if there's a coin in the middle of their chest?
Nothing's really popping up
Nothing's
here.
popping up.
But
Are you telling me that no one's done a mashup of Power Ranger armor
You're
and
telling me
Mjolnir armor?
You don't want to see like a Green Ranger inspired Spartan armor?
Yes, please.
Hey, guys, the fan art section in our Discord is truly insane. But this is a pretty big ask, but I feel like this needs to exist. Like, I almost want to
commission somebody.
I just want
to
to email Hawaiian Punch and be like, can you just make this happen? Figure it out.
I mean, he would. He's very good.
Very good. Holy
like, yeah, that'd
crap,
be great.
He's really good. Yeah.
It's frustrating, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Chad, I think now that we've talked about it,
Yeah.
I think we've talked about it enough that I think I'm ready to fix it.
All right, Adam. Fix it.
Okay, everybody, hold on to your butts. I know a lot about Power Rangers. I've watched
he
all of the
really,
shows.
really does.
I've watched all of them except for Samurai and Megaforce.
Even the shows. You've watched the shows, not just the comics.
Not just the comics, which by the way, if you have not read the current Boom Studios comics that started 6 years ago, I highly recommend it. If you like Power Rangers, like, oh, that's pretty good. They take what the Power Rangers are and they take it seriously.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing we really want in most of these properties is just take the property seriously. Don't just aim it for kids, but like, kids can be it can be kid friendly. You need to take it seriously.
Take it seriously, but also, like, that doesn't mean you need to remove the camp.
Yes.
Like, 'cause sometimes, like, movies and stuff, like, they take it seriously, and then they're like, oh, well, like, this is what it would actually be designed. It's like with the lantern. It's like, just be a lantern.
Yep.
It's okay that it's just a lantern. Anyways.
So, the comics are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
This pitch is coming from 30 years of Power Ranger knowledge and reading the comics. The writers of that comics have done a fantastic job of, like, okay, sure, this is the core stuff, but, like, we just asking questions about, like, well, what was Zordon's past like? What was Rita and Zed's past like? Who else could handle the Rangers or the coins? Like, there's a lot of good questions. Like, and the shattered grid. Did you ever hear about the shattered grid? Dude,
Adam,
evil Tommy.
No. Cut to 2 days ago where I'm asking him questions, and he's sitting in his chair in his little editing booth, and I'm on the couch, and he's just talking at me for like 20 minutes, and I am doing my best to be polite, but I am like, I have no idea what he's talking. I gleamed a little bit that I'm gonna be putting into my fix.
Great. Okay. Well, in case you guys didn't know, there's an event
I'm not
in the comics.
criticizing you in
perfectly
any way,
fine.
but
I know.
it's
We
just...
both have our wheelhouses when it comes to geekdom that the other one
Yeah.
doesn't know as much. There was an event in the comics called Shattered Grid where an evil Tommy from a parallel universe combined the powers of the green coin and the white coin.
Yes.
So he was like, he had both of them, went insane and crazy.
White Tiger Dragon Zord.
Basically.
That's
and
pretty
then
cool.
Went through the multiverse, killing all of the other Power Rangers.
What is it? Okay, so
It's
what
called
is that?
Shattered Grid.
Shattered Grid.
So it like the Rangers realized what was going on, and then all these Rangers from other dimensions and timelines started pouring into theirs, and they all had to team up to take out Evil Tommy. It was amazing.
Yo.
It's great.
That suit, though.
Lord Drakon. Yeah.
That suit.
Yes.
Rules.
Yes. It's possible. The Rangers, it's possible to be super awesomely cool. Yes, Lord Drakon is amazing.
That is woo woo.
Yes. So,
because we all know what was cool about the green, it was the chest stuff, and we all know what was cool about the White Ranger was the helmet, and it really just morphs those two together.
So all of this stuff informs my pitch. So here we go. Here is my pitch. This is how we fix Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 95.
Right.
Now I
Is this gonna
realize
be the longest episode of Fix It?
I practiced this so I would go a little faster. Don't spit up on all the equipment. There's a lot of expensive equipment here. Brian gave us a note, said make the pitches a little faster. I said, okay.
I understand.
I'm going to succinctly tell the story.
But boy, are you? All I can think about is you just standing in the mirror, being like note cards. All right, what?
Welcome.
And you know what's in the background of the mirror?
Is it
you
me
in
with
the
a
backpack?
Look at him, kid. Okay, we start the same. We do skydiving. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are playing. It's fantastic. Bulk and Skull do the thing. Sure, whatever. It's fine because the intro of the characters in the movie is fantastic. Here comes Tommy. Like that was all really good.
Them having a fundraiser as a precision skydiving is the most Angel Grove thing. I was like, yes, in this city, that's a thing they do.
It's totally a thing they do.
Absolutely.
So it all starts the same. Bulk and Skull can like even land on the construction site where they like knock into like what is going on here? Oh no, there's no rollerblading. We don't have time for that. Zordon calls them. I know. I'm sorry. There was another cool song there, but like we got time. This movie's gonna be like 2 hours. We got to go.
Apparently.
Zordon calls him to the command center. We got an issue. Somebody just unearthed an ancient evil that we thought was buried forever, but apparently, humans digging stuff up.
Yeah.
We need to go stop to make sure this thing does not get opened up. Meanwhile, on the moon, Zed also realizes that this thing has been unearthed. So, of course, we wait. It's like in the late afternoon, so they don't get there until like evening because it's dark. It's cool when they fight in the dark. So Zed's forces and the Rangers both show up at the construction site to figure out what the heck this will be Ivan Ooze. And so they fight.
Okay.
And then in the process of fighting, accidentally open the thing up. It's very Majin Buu for the Buu saga from DBZ.
Yeah.
But somehow, just through fighting, someone knocks into it, or something happens and it opens up. Zed's like, crap, I gotta go, because he knows what that is.
Yeah.
He's out of there. I think he was gonna go try to absorb the power from it or something, get more power from it, use it to his advantage, not release him. Nobody wanted this released. Oh crap. Ivan Ooze pops up and does the whole Ivan Ooze thing. I look like Apocalypse. His design's very creepy.
Him as the wizard selling the ooze, just like, that is nightmare fuel for the rest of my life. It sucks.
Oh, that angle's gone. The kid, that random nameless kid,
Fred. His name was
he
Fred.
He didn't have a name the whole movie.
No, they called him Fred in the beginning.
Do they?
I clocked it because I was like, well, I guess this kid's coming back.
Oh, they did. I totally missed it.
Fred, these kids are so much better at skydiving than your old dad. Like, what?
Oh, I totally missed that. But he's gone. There's no need for a kid here. Kids don't need it like an avatar in this movie. The Rangers are there. Everyone's here for the Rangers. No one's here for a random kid talking about bullshit. No kid in this movie. There are no kids in this movie.
Just Rangers.
Just Rangers doing Ranger stuff. Woo! So, Ivan Ooze and the Rangers fight, and the Rangers, of course, get their asses kicked. So Zordon's like, guys, leave now. Transports them back, like, hey, here's what's going on. Ivan Ooze was an experiment by Dark Spectre, who, by the way, he shows up in a later series of Power Rangers. I think it's Power Rangers in Space. But Dark Spectre is basically like evil Palpatine in this universe, whatever. He's just a dark entity that wants to get back to the Morphin Grid to destroy humanity or rule the galaxy. He's just a super big bad guy, right? Ancient evil super big bad guy. He's like, Ivan Ooze was an experiment by this guy, and me and a couple of my friends a long time ago fought him, like, basically to a draw, and we're lucky to be able to capture him. We thought we buried him forever. He is really bad news.
Yeah.
We need to go about this smartly, and we need to come up with a plan.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Zed's back at his moon base, trying to figure out, like, okay, crap, Ooze is out. Didn't want that. He's a player. He's a rogue player. He's gonna mess up my plans.
Do you think his brain gets dusty?
Well, his
He
brain
looks so squishy.
It's very squishy.
It did move.
It did move. It moved in the movie. That was
cool.
creepy. It was creepy and cool. Ivan Ooze shows up with 6 mysterious strangers that we don't quite see and wreck Zed's world. Zed beats the minions. We never see who is helping Ooze, but like Ooze is wiping the floor with everybody. Zed skedaddles.
Ski dads, yeah.
Back at the control center.
Okay.
Zordon's like, oh, something just happened in the moon. That's Ooze's power signal. He must have gone to attack Zed. This might be a perfect opportunity to try to confront him. Rangers morph and get up there. So they do their morph, and it's really they morph, and it's cool. You know, in the movie, like when they morphed the first time,
it was
like
dorky.
It was dumb.
It was dorky.
It was a coin moving towards the screen.
Yeah, it sucked. It was not great.
No, because it's way better in the show.
And I think that's what it is. I was like, it's better on a lot of the stuff in this movie. I was like, it's better on the show. This is better on the show. Why the CG better? Just put them in suits if it's cheaper.
Put them in suits. Like, do like a magical girl transformation, or like even like later seasons, like, you know, like the background's moving, like they're moving through a thing, and like the morph stuff's like, it's really cool. It was just a coin. Anyways, they morph. It's awesome. There's a cool new sequence or whatever. Maybe it's like the Sailor Moon and spinning around with colors and stuff to go to the moon. The Ooze is like, Zed's nowhere to be seen. Ooze is just sitting there being like, I'm awesome. Oh, you're back? Okay, back for round 2, I guess. Guys, go get him. And they're like, who? And out from, you know, the smoke machine rises 6 evil versions of the Rangers. Because in the previous fight, when Ooze fought all of them,
he was taking their essence.
He touched them all, touched them, and then he made new evil Ooze versions of the Rangers. So, even morphed, our heroes get their butt kicked. But what's even worse, their morphers and their coins get taken from them during the fight. And then what's even worse than that is that then those evil Ooze Rangers then morph with those coins.
Oh.
And they have a dark transformation of what we just saw.
Which is even cooler. And rad. And it's like, and it's 90s, so it's like...
a lot of bass. Like, blood in the drums.
Like, yeah, it's like the same theme, but like
dark, menacing.
Like, ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm,
ooh, yeah.
A little house, a little techno.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm into it.
Zordon starts freaking out, and I was like, Rangers, get back here now. Boop, transports them back. Okay, that did not go according to plan. We are so boned. Okay, so we need to figure out a way to get you guys back to the, you know, in touch with the Morphin Grid. And I was like, okay, how? The coins are gone.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do? Zordon's like, okay, well, maybe it's time to explain what the Morphin Grid is to you guys and to the audience at home about how this whole thing works.
I am also doing that because as someone who has basically been learning at your font of knowledge. Because I was just like, it's stupid that we don't know what powers the Power Rangers for a long time. Mm-hmm. Like, it's silly that is not more... I just feel like they have, like, this expanded universe that's really interesting, but, like, you really have to deep dive to get it. Mm-hmm. Which is, I know this is a show to sell toys. Like, I get that. But, you know, take it seriously.
Yeah.
Show your work. I don't know.
Know what the base level of powers are when people are able to morph.
Absolutely.
Stuff like that. So Zordon explains the Morphin Grid, what the power coins are, but basically, like, it's it's like an energy field that was there at the beginning of the universe that just, you know, allows people to have more power for good or evil.
Yeah.
Or thank God right now the good guys are mostly in charge of the grid, but the bad guys are out there. They want to get access to it, and if they do, like we just saw with Ooze when he took your coins, like, bad stuff can happen. So there are ways of touching the Morphin Grid. I had the power coins. I know the Zeo crystals that are out there somewhere.
Yeah.
I know Space Patrol has some tech that can touch the Morphin Grid. So, like, I know it's out there, but, like, we need to get you guys access again quickly. And the only place I know where I know for certain there is another access point to the grid. Is these proto coins I made that I gave to Ninjor. Who's Ninjor's from the show version of the events in the movie.
Yeah,
he was the one protecting the ninja powers or whatever.
Sure.
So go to see Ninjor. He's got these proto coins that were like the prototypes of the coins you guys have been using.
Yeah.
He'll be able to help you out. Transport to another planet. Yay! They're off on their adventure. Meanwhile, on Earth, Zed's getting hunted by the evil Ooze Rangers. And also the public's like, what the hell is going on? Why are the Rangers evil?
Yeah.
And they are a menace.
Yeah.
They are Bebop and Rocksteady bad from jump. They are like hurting people. No one's dying, but people are being hurt. Zed's being hunted. Like things are going poorly for Angel Grove. Meanwhile, Ooze is just like laughing in Zed's place. Like, ha ha ha, I have a plan, but we're not worried about his plan yet because we're trying to hunt down Zed because we need Zed back here.
Yeah.
So Zed's like, I'm running. He's fighting. And Zed's getting his butt kicked. He's like, how is it so hard to beat these guys? I was kind of doing a good job against the good ones, but God, I don't have a chance against these people.
Yeah, man, you take the governor off, you know?
So Zordon, like right after Zed and the guy's off, sees what's going on with Zed and is like, oh, Alpha, well, the day's come. I can't believe we're going to have to do this. You need to activate the contingency plan. Zed's getting hunted. He almost gets beaten up and taken back to the moon. That's when Alpha shows up. In battle mode.
Alpha in battle mode?
Alpha in battle mode.
Okay.
And then joined with an android piloted by Zordon, who looks like Zordon.
Okay.
And then they proceed.
So it's just a big tube with a big head and like arms and legs on the side?
Yeah. It's like MODOK.
Yeah, it's a MODOK situation.
It's a MODOK
okay,
situation.
so you're MODOK and Zordon. That's a sentence.
So Alpha and Zordon in the android body get Zed out of there, and it's like, ooh, that was really close. I can't believe it. Zed's like pissed because he does not want to be saved by Zordon.
No.
God, he hates this. Head back over to the Rangers. Now they're on this new planet. They talk to Ninjor. It's like, hey, yep, these are the proto coins. We worked on these before. Like, they're different than the ones you guys had. They're way more volatile. But like, I was aware of the situation now. Like, yeah, we need you guys to get these coins. It's guarded by a thing. Go face them, get the coins, come on back. Basically the same beat from the movie.
Yeah.
So they go, they fight people, but it's not really like a fight like killing a rock monster. It's more like just someone guarding the door that kind of like teaches them like character stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're not really like fighting them. It's more like a little bit like kind of fight training and like pointing out the flaws in their fighting ability and their emotions when it comes to stuff. Because like the Dark Rangers were also like taunting them with all their insecurities and stuff like that. Character growth. These are character arcs and growth that everybody has.
100%.
So they pass the test. They get the coins. They head back. So like Zordon's when they come back, Ooze has now attacked the command center because Ooze's plan is to try to contact Dark Spectre and be like, hey, I'm on Earth. This planet is fantastic for you and you should get here immediately.
Yeah.
He was like, but I need Zed's staff. Oh, wait, or what am I doing? I can just go attack the command center and take out Zordon. Duh. So then he goes with the evil Rangers to attack the command center, but we don't see that part. The Rangers jump into that battle happening.
Gotcha.
They go in and then they go, oh crap, okay, well, it's morphin' time. They pull out the new coins and their morphers.
Yeah.
New transformation, something equally as cool as the beginning one, but now different because it's the ninja powers and the different animals and stuff like that, I guess. And then they fight with their evil versions of the Rangers, and the coins are different. So like they're like I had it like.
Do you want to keep the from this movie like the Zords that they have?
We could, but like they're ninja Zords now. Maybe we can ninja them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like some of them are like pretty stupid, like the bear and the frog.
I think the frog's pretty cool. I think the frog's not bad.
Did you notice?
At least they made it a bit.
They did make it. Did you notice that it was a bit? Like when she went down the line, it's like the crane is this and that, and the bear is strong and loyal. And Adam goes, "I got a frog," and she's like, "Yes, a frog, like a prince who gets kissed." Like, no, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. You said no positive attributes about the frog. How dare you?
You're smooching. You're a frog.
I'm sorry. That's my favorite ranger of all time.
Really?
Well, his name is Adam, and that actor goes on to be the voice actor for a lot of really cool anime characters that I like.
He's your favorite.
He's also He's also the voice of Nero in the Devil May Cry games.
Cool, man. Cool.
Yeah.
That's also something I know nothing about.
Well, those are fun as well. So, good Rangers morph with new powers. They fight the bad ones. And it's like, hey, this is, now that they've learned some lessons and do some character arcs, it's kind of even matched. Hey, they're kind of doing pretty good. So the evil Rangers go outside the command center and call on their Zords. I'm like, oh crap, well, guys, we have new Zords too, I guess. Let's see what happens when we call out Zords. So they call new Zords. So now we have our first Zord battle of the OG Megazord and the new Ninja Megazord.
Yeah, but the bad Zords have to look different.
The bad Zords will look different. They'll look more evil and oozy and stuff like that.
They gotta have like spikes and stuff, or they shouldn't have spikes.
Sure.
Those are the Zords that I would want to buy as a kid.
I know.
Man,
I mean, the Ranger costumes are different because they're evil and dark. So like the Zords would reflect that.
Yeah, like the Mastodon has to look a little like gaunt and kind of like yeah.
Okay.
T-Rex has got it's even more teeth.
More teeth for
woo,
sure.
Woo, sure. Woo. Oh yeah, man. He's got to have like the spikes on the back of his head.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
It's great. It's our first Zord battle. They fight. Our guys win. They knock the bad Rangers out of the Zord. Because remember back in the day, like be able to fall out of the Zord when it was broken.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever that means.
The evil guys fall out of the Zord. The good guys jump out. They finally beat the evil Ooze-Thems and take back the power coins.
Cool.
Great. Head back to the command center. Zordon, we did it. We beat the bad guys. Great. Now we got to take out Ooze. Well, Ooze, just gets a signal off to Dark Spectre. It's one pulse of the message before Alpha sacrifices himself to smash the thing, so it only happen.
Yes.
Boom. Oh no, I'm offline. Ah. And Ooze is like, well, I lost the things. No big deal. Just knocks the Rangers back and leaves. They're like, okay, well, we got the coins back, great, but Ooze got a signal off really bad, and now Ooze is just terrorizing Angel Grove. Like, we got to stop it, but we've fought him multiple times.
And we're not gonna win.
Nothing. What are we supposed to do? And then Adam, because he's my favorite, he gets more shine than everybody else in this movie, is going to be like, hey, we have 2 coins now. Can't we just kind of smash them? Can't we put them together or something?
Just put them in that weird little belt buckle and just see what happens.
Exactly. And also, that does happen in the future. In the comics, Tommy has a Master Morpher that allows him to go through all of the iterations of the coins and powers that he's had. Because Tommy's awesome has had many of them.
It's so funny when you say things like that. Like, half of my brain is like, that sucks. What a dumb thing. And the other half of my brain is like, woo! It's weird. It's hard to I think that's why I've never really gotten into Power Rangers, because there's always a little small part of me that's like, this is kind of stupid.
Judges yourself for it?
Yeah, but I don't know why. Because it's cool.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So Billy and Zordon kind of look at each other like, well, I guess we could. I mean, it's dangerous. No one's used 2 objects to morph at any one time. It's going to be volatile, but I mean, Dark Spectre could be showing up at any moment. We got to stop this guy. So, I guess we can try. Everybody loads up both coins into their morphers. They morph again with, it's Ninja Tyrannosaurus or something, some type of, cool, longer name.
Yes.
And then we get another transformation sequence that's even cool, and, double all the cool, awesome stuff. And now it's, new suits that are combination.
Like this combo of green and white.
Yes.
Whoa, yeah.
Yes, it's a combination of both.
And those
now.
Toys would sell.
Yes, because it's something familiar, but a new version of it.
They would go. Those would fly off the shelves, my dude.
Yes, they would. It'd be awesome. But so it's a different it's a cool combination of colors and stuff like that.
Frogstodon! Woo!
Sure, why not?
That's
something
right.
awesome.
It's a Mastodon with the jumping power of a frog. He's everywhere. Look at that elephant go!
So now these new cool morphed Rangers with these brand new suits, double the power, go take on Ooze, and it's a pretty fair fight. We're pushing Ooze back, and he's like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, man.
Oh, you guys. Okay.
Oh no, it's a Frogstodon!
My one weakness. So Ooze makes himself grow, because why not? That's how these things go. And the guys like, well, I guess let's just call the Zords. They call them the Ninja Zords. So they do the Ninja Megazord again or whatever. And it gets its butt kicked. And it's like, whoa, man, how do we... Crap, I thought this was going to work. We're doubling up. Adam's like, guys, we were using both coins. Why don't we use both Zords? Call on the other ones. So now, because in the show, what happens is that the old Zords get broken and destroyed, and they like reform into like the Ninja Zord. So this is something brand. So they use both Zords now to like they use 10 Zords to form a Megazord. And it's just the most epic. And I want Latin. I want Latin, a chorus of people singing Latin in behind.
Yeah, I like. You got to have the shot of just like of Tommy like looking at me like, well, if we put both coins together, why can't we use all the Zords? And they're like, they all look at him, and Zordon goes, "Oh no." Let's do this! Like they're all like sweating and like
like it's so cool. It's the greatest thing ever put to film.
2 swords.
Why not?
And they just
4 wings. Like it's just
and they just gladiate or decapitate Ivan Ooze.
They beat the absolute schnickens
It's
out
like
of
schnickens?
I wanted to curse, but I decided to make it a non-word because I'm sure kids are listening. Like it's
man.
so.
It's got like
cool.
4 arms, and like 2 of them just grab onto Ivan Ooze, and the other 2 have swords, and they're just stabbing him.
Ooze pouring out everywhere in the
it's
buildings.
Just covering Angel Grove. It can't be good. Oh man, the infrastructure.
But it's so awesome. Ooze is of course destroyed and beaten and exploded.
This rules.
It's just so cool. The Zords go away. They demorph. They head back to the command center, and everyone's like, "Well, okay." Zed leaves with his minions, like, Zordon, I don't like that we worked together. I still don't like you. Rah, rule the day. But brain. So everyone's like, okay, that was quite an adventure. That was close. Zordon's like, yeah, I mean, everything's peaceful for now, but like, there was a signal that was put out to Dark Spectre. Who knows what the heck just happened? Like, if somebody could have heard it, he could have heard it, or one of his other minions from space could have heard it. Like, Rangers, like, you gotta be on call. Like, I'm glad everything worked out for now, but like, this is not over. We don't know what's about to come at us next.
This is sufficiently epic for a movie.
Yeah.
Like, the movie never proved to me why it needed to be a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good, man.
And the credits roll.
Yeah.
All is cool. Because it's a more awesome soundtrack. The credits stop again, because for some reason every pitch I have has a mid-credit scene, because thanks, Marvel.
Yeah, thanks, Marvel. It's just too good. It's too fun.
It's just too fun. So Zed's back on his, cleaning up his base, wiping off the ooze that was on his throne. And it's like, well, that sucked. Okay, well, I was in the command center. That was good.
Yeah.
Now I saw some stuff. Huh. What am I going to do with this? And in his hands, the dragon coin.
Oh, that's good.
Credits. And that's the end.
That's pretty good. I like that a lot.
Yep.
That's good, Adam. That's good.
I'm very proud of myself. I'm very,
I
very
know.
happy.
Oh, I can
I'm
see
very
it. You
happy.
didn't even have to say it. I can see it in your eye. You're like, pretty
good.
It's what in my mind I call it brush your shoulders off, Adam. He's just like pretty good. Mine is not going to be anywhere near as cool as yours. Mine is simple.
Okay.
To the point.
Great. Jay, fix it.
I'm going to fix it. Okay. So, movie. Okay. I'm so glad that we're in agreement that both of these movies open with the skydiving.
Hell
sequence.
yeah, man.
But the one thing that the skydiving sequence needed, I like the idea that they have the whole sequence. It's awesome. Tommy's got the skyboard for abjectly zero reason, and it's great.
It's the 90s. Of course
he's got the skyboard. It's just too cool to not do. I've never understood why that needed to be a thing. Who was like, we need to go on skydiving? Well, where's your snowboard? Like why you didn't bring a snowboard? What are you doing?
Other cool kids are skyboarding. Come on now.
During the skydiving sequence, Billy's parachute malfunctions.
Ooh.
Doesn't work.
Okay.
And so the sequence is like rad and all, and they're all like trying to save him, and it eventually comes down to he's just like, guys, we know what's gonna save me right now. And they're like, there's so many people here, like you can't. And he's like, it has to happen. And so everyone, he's just like, you guys just got to land normally. Just let him know I didn't jump. And there's a sequence where Billy morphs in the air and then like just like crashes down, like superhero crash lands, like, but like not good.
Right.
Like he like crash lands, but it's like very clear that like his suit like flickers out. And it's like, and there's clearly like something wrong with his, like he took so much damage that like he damaged his coin in the fall.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so there's like a sequence with that, where you basically see his coin damaged. Cut to the rollerblade to Zordon's. You gotta keep the rollerblading.
Is Billy rollerblading with them?
Yeah, he's
okay.
but he's like not okay. He's like, guys, like my coin, like what's happened to the Triceratops? Like I don't know what's going on. Cause like look, I brought it up earlier. If he's like he's clearly done the work to get his shine.
Yes,
Billy's the main character in my movie.
Okay, great.
100%.
I'm with it.
Because I just don't. Tommy as a leader has always felt weird to me. And and here's the thing: the recast is distracting.
Okay.
It's distracting. As someone here's the thing, and I understand we've talked about this at length. You have to, and I'm surprised we actually didn't cover this on the episode. But they recast 3 of the actors because their contracts, it was a non-union property. They wanted more money, and the company said,
nope.
No. Which, because rude.
Yeah.
But as someone who was like not as tuned in on the show, because they had already introduced the new characters on the show.
Yep.
As someone who was like casually into Power Rangers and then went and saw the movie, it's wildly distracting that they're not the same people.
Yep.
It's a bummer.
Yep. Because Jason was awesome. Jason, Zach,
was
Trini,
awesome.
they were awesome.
They were all awesome. Zach rules. Zach was
with
so
his
cool.
funky, fresh dance moves.
With his funky, fresh dance moves, we all loved Zach.
We did love Zach.
He was great. Anyways, we're rollerblading to Zordon's house.
For pizza rolls.
And Billy is like not okay. He feels like he's like I've put so much of my identity into this coin. Because like he's kind of the nerdy one.
Yes.
Like, I like the idea of him talking about like he was like, I had a really hard time in school and like becoming a ranger like gave me the self-confidence and I don't know who I am without this coin.
Ooh,
and so there's like a little
okay.
bit of like there's a little bit of self-reflection, and I think that sometimes these movies, if we're going to take them seriously, they need like them. These are just teenagers, man. Like I like the idea of expanding that. Like these are just kids, and like them being rangers, it's like a whole thing. Tommy's obviously gung-ho, and Kimberly obviously has her issues with it, but like these new kids, like they look up to these other 3.
Yep.
Because like they're the OGs.
Yep.
And it, like the 3 new people seeing Billy kind of like waver is kind of destabling for them.
Yeah.
And it's they're kind of like, oh, maybe being a ranger like this, like I got swept away with this, but like, did I make the right choice becoming a ranger? Like, because Billy's obviously not okay. They get to Zordon's, they take off their rollerblades. They leave, look, we respect
the blades outside.
We respect it. We leave the blades outside. Now, is it nice and marble? Could we rollerblade in here? Would it be fun? Yes,
absolutely.
But Alpha would be pissed. Like, what Zordon doesn't care. He's in a tube. What is he gonna do? But they get there, and then Billy has like this kind of heart-to-heart with Zordon, and he's like, "Well, we can fix your coin. We just need to access the morphing grid." And they're like, and then we get the lore dump because you need the lore dump.
Yes,
you need the lore dump of what this is, and that to me proves why the movie exists because it's like there's a full-ass universe here. We're doing this thing. Like, if we're going to have the Rangers and we're going to give you more different versions of them, this is the baseline.
Yep.
You need this. Like, it makes the movie required viewing to see more Power Rangers. They get there. Zordon and Billy have a heart-to-heart. Like, and Tommy just doesn't understand. Like, we're Rangers. We'll fix your coin. Everything will be better. And they're like, I don't know, man. Like, this is kind of scary. They go, of course, and it's the one thing about the movie that frustrates me, but I think it kind of has to happen as we've both been exploring this. They travel to the planet where they can access the Morphin Grid. No name planet. And I think I like the idea. This is an idea that you put in my head. It's because I didn't know this was a thing until we had been talking about it. The guardian at this new planet that is like kind of in charge of maintaining the Morphin Grid is Grace from the OG 60s team. She's an older woman. She's not no longer a ranger really, but she's the one that's guiding them. She's just the whole time like, oh yeah, like, well, you know, Zordon had rangers in the 60s, and they're like, we didn't know that.
This is an arc from the comics, by the way, guys. Very, very good.
And she's like, well, it didn't go well. And so she's also planting the seed of doubt of like, guys, this is really dangerous. This is like not like, if you're putting your whole identity into this, like, this should be an aspect of you, not you. And like, one thing that we learn through this happening is that the Rangers, after all of their conversations about things like that, all of their coins kind of start to not necessarily work, because they're like, oh, we're gonna get Billy's, but like, you guys should train here. Like, this is an
opportunity.
This is a strong place for the Morphin Grid. You should be training here, because if your coin's malfunctioning, you should have the ability to. I think also, now that I'm thinking it out, maybe there could have been a fight before this where the coins were malfunctioning that kind of destabilized all of them.
Sure.
Like, Billy clearly was like, had to fight without his suit because it was going in and out. And that's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that now that I'm thinking that
we'll put a fight in there. Yeah.
There's a disabling fight.
Yeah.
And it also sets up like, oh yeah, Rita and Zed are here. They're doing up to their old tricks.
Mischief.
But Rita and Zed see their lights leave Earth. And the one thing I've always loved about the Power Rangers lore, at least the OG show, is Rita with her weird little spy glass.
Yes, yeah.
And so I like the idea that Rita is spying on them.
Oh, sure, yeah.
During this whole thing.
Makes sense.
And figures out what the Morphin Grid is and like the secrets of it. And what's the professor guy that builds the putties?
I think it's Finster.
Finster, professor, sure. I like the idea that as she's like, the Morphin Grid, what is that? Blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, it's a great source of great power. Blah, blah, blah. Powers the Power Rangers. Oh, well, how do we get access to that? And Finster's like, well, I mean, there's a reason we're on the moon. And she's like, what? She's like, well, there's a shred of the, like, we can access at least a small part of the Morphin Grid on the moon. And she's like, really? And so Finster, with all of his like putty magic, basically like they're puttified versions of, because the Morphin, it's the coins, but it can be all sorts of different stuff.
Yeah, it can be.
He basically like builds them out of putty, their own Morphin devices for Zed, Rita, Goldar. Finster builds one for himself.
Cool.
And
that other little guy, right?
The other one of the other ones. And Zed becomes he becomes the Manticore Zord, which is like head of a lion, scorpion tail.
What color?
I think it would have to be. I like the idea of brand spanking new color.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Manticore, I think, would be like he would be the blood red Zord. And then you'd have Rita, who becomes I had them all be just like classic monsters.
Sure.
So you have Manticore Zord, you have Medusa Zord, for Rita,
like a Naga type of.
Yeah, she's like a snake, but full snake head of snakes.
Yeah.
Medusa Zord, and she is I think she is Medusa Zord is like a forest green, like dark
a deeper green, yeah.
And then you have Goldar is just the gold dragon sword, because that's just too fun. Or like the gold like worm Zord, so he's like and then Finster is the Hydra Zord.
Sure.
Because he's got all the different heads and are all like putty heads. And,
Okay.
Yeah, I like the idea that they're like classic they're not quite as powerful because they only have a shred of the
Sure.
and it's all putty technology, but they figure out how to become their own versions of the Power Rangers, but like evil Rangers.
Of course.
And then they are just bodying Angel Grove, just like getting it done. But I like the idea of their suits also just being, they look like Super Shredder versions of themselves.
Yeah.
And they figure out what's going on in Angel Grove. Like Zordon reaches out and is like, "It's not. You guys need to come back." But they're not they're not sure they want to, because their suits aren't working right, and they are just like not feeling great as Rangers. And Grace like sees this, and is just like, maybe it's time for new coins. And they're all like, "What?" She's like, "You have to understand. There's a reason that all of your Zords are dinosaurs. These coins were made a millennia ago. These coins are too old. The reason you are having a hard time connecting with your coins is that you guys are so far removed from what these things are. You need we have to find a connection when deep within all of you that you will be able to connect with your coins on a deeper level." So like she's like healing them both from a Power Ranger perspective, but like as humans being like,
Yes.
like you need to figure out why you are a Power Ranger and what that means to you. And you need to realize like, you're not just fighting for Zordon, you're fighting for you. And what does that mean to you? And so they like go on this like, they figure out that like they tap into the Morphin grid and are gifted new Zords. Now, if it needed to be, the crane, the ape, those are stupid.
Very stupid.
But it's fine.
Okay.
But I like the idea that we get a brand new like Morphin team of having more like the Zords that like they connect with.
Sure. Yeah.
And then they go back and fight them, and then that's the end.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a much more character based.
Yeah, it's way more character based.
But like it gives you like it allows, because that's the one thing that I think that the Power Rangers needs. It is an awesome concept.
Yep.
It is hard to connect with it emotionally.
Yep.
And this is the kind of thing where it's like, if we give them all kind of that doubt and give them their own personalities, like you are able to connect with, especially when you have these new people coming in, it allows you to connect with them and understand like why they're fighting.
Yep.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
That's a much stronger idea, especially than the 95 one and the most recent one, which was it, 6 years ago or so? When they really tried to lean into the whole they're teenagers with power. It's like, oh my
Which
god.
I get, I understand, but
that was the right level of teenage angst and self doubt and like the trials and tribulations of being an adult or having adult responsibilities as a teenager. And then also kicking butt.
Power Rangers is all about the how. It's like how they defeat the monsters, but it's never why. It's never why.
Yep.
And we need the why.
We do need the why.
And look, Billy's gonna get an Oscar nomination from this movie because it's just gonna be so angsty, and he's prepared. He's worked so hard. Get him in there. He's gonna get his SAG card after all this.
Jay, you fixed it. You did. That was a good pitch,
see, not
dude.
bad.
That was not bad. That was a good job.
Yeah, because I knew yours mechanically was going to be much stronger, so I was like, I need to figure out like where the emotional hook is here.
I mean, I'm gonna sell way more toys than yours, but like,
well,
it all works out.
Look, and rightfully so. You're telling me you're setting up a situation where 10 Zords can transform together? Hell, I want those toys. I'm not mad. Look, yeah, I knew you were going to win this one. There's no way you weren't.
Winning, but
I know, but there is.
I'm gonna win.
I'm going to win.
Right, Brian?
I'm gonna win.
Because he plays. That's what Brian's catchphrase when he's playing Mario Party.
I'm going to win. I'm going to win. But yeah, that's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah. There are two other movies we can eventually get to. There's the Turbo movie.
Yeah.
And then the one that came out a couple years ago.
I will say, in my fix, the one thing that is different about this end fight is that 100% we are going back to guys in suits.
Yes. It's not CG.
I don't know how much that CG cost, but I guarantee you could make a guys in suits version that is way cooler and way more truer to the show and way more interesting to watch.
Oh, very much so.
Because
It was heinous.
God, it was bad. And it's just not. White Tiger Zord is the best.
Yes.
Is the best.
Is the best.
And making him an eagle, I was like, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, White Tiger Zord rules.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Why is Saba even here now if there's the Falcon Zord? Saba was specifically designed in conjunction with the White Tiger Zord.
Yes. Well, I think that wraps it up.
Yes, it totally does. How would you guys fix the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie from '95? Let us know in the comments below, or if you're on, podcasting, tweet at us.
Yeah.
That's always good.
We're on all the platforms at PViewed on Twitter and on Instagram, or we're just previewed on TikTok if you're freaky like that. Definitely follow us on all the platforms. Tweet at us. Let us know how you would fix it. Or if you're on YouTube, put it in them comments, baby. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, definitely check out the link to our Discord below. We have the best Discord community on the internet, on the entire internet.
It's a true statement.
The Discord Peaches are a special brand of insane, and we truly love you. Yeah, definitely reach out to us there. But yeah, I think that's the show for today.
Yep. Until next time, when we will fix a property that this is a filler episode, so we don't know.
We don't know. We'll be
chronologically. We don't know what's next.
We'll be fixing the Disney's classic Brink. What'll happen to Team Pumpin' Suds? We don't know. It was a rollerblading Disney Channel original movie.
Oh, I'm sorry. My rollerblading movie that I grew up with is Airborne.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, now we gotta fight.
We're so different. We're so different. Thank you guys for listening. Thank
really
you guys for
appreciate
watching. We really appreciate you guys. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.